Yo, we got a video here today, and people are complaining. They do not like people being quote unquote red pilled, whatever that means. Let's get right into it.
So my boyfriend turned red pill, and at this point we haven't spoke for about a month, and I can't cope with the fact that someone who I saw is so compassionate and thoughtful and intelligent.
And that's under discussed, that people can come from a compassionate, thoughtful, intelligent thought process. It's normally construed as anyone that's gone down this path or whatever. They're angry, they're raging, they're mad. I mean, sometimes when you wake up from like a propaganda nightmare, you're going to be mad, straight up. But obviously you need to eventually overcome some of that anger and do things as productive as possible.
So caring and open-minded. Just completely did a 180. They were just so supportive and caring, and even when I would have my self-sabotaging episodes.
Thank you. Ding, ding, ding. Thanks for bringing that one up. Self-sabotaging. You know, we saw the video yesterday. Guys had 3 reasons why they wouldn't do a second date. The ladies, on the other hand, 300 reasons. That's not a mistake. 300. It's part of it 295 of those are potentially self-sabotage.
They still loved me. They really felt like a blessing. And being with them made me realize, like, all the things that I needed to work on. But it came...
Well, that's the scary part about not being with a douchebag, basically, is that you need to sort of be a grown adult. I mean, people wonder why they sometimes go for these bad boys. I mean, part of it is they've got this default victim. They can always come out of it as the victim. Oh, he was lazy, he didn't work, he was an alcoholic. Meanwhile, you met them at the nightclub and got banged out in the toilet stall.
To a point where I started noticing differences in them. Like, I started noticing that they would talk to me like I was like their child, like something that they had.
I'll be honest, that's kind of cringe. I've never said that. You need to obey me. I'm the man. You listen to me. I mean, who's even talking like that?
Beta!
Straight up. You just have to have a certain voice and demeanor and just say it. Or else, I mean, you need to obey me because I'm a man. Good luck. If that's your form of manipulation, good luck trying.
To have control over. And then it evolved into hypothetical arguments all the time. Like, just about the stupidest stuff, about like child support and
the stupidest stuff, like hypothetically a large percentage of your wage, whether or not you even stay in certain professions. You might be in a job that has a fluctuating sort of sales, right? There might be 4 months out of the year that you're getting high sort of revenue, so to speak. But then there's going to be months where it's not as high, but you might still have to maintain a certain level of this stupid thing as child support, paying money.
What makes a woman valuable and like what women want in a man, all that. I'm like, I don't know why you're talking to me about this. And it would get so...
Why is that actually a bad question to say, well, what do you want in a man? They don't have the answers, clearly. And their actions aren't exactly reflecting of someone that has the answers.
Bad, because it really just pried at my insecurities, especially when talking about like women whose dads left, and I would always just end up crying and asking why. Like,
I mean, that's obviously not good. When parents walk out, they don't do it. And I've talked to some fathers, some parents, and it's not that they don't love the children. A lot of the times they can't put up with that Jezebel Spirit. They can't handle her. She's too much of a boss babe. It got worse It started off kind of cute and funny, like, haha, boss babe. And then it was like, no, she's not joking. You need to make more money, do this, do that, do the double monkey backflips, you name it.
Why are you doing this? And as someone who has like poor emotional control, it took a lot to not just like blow up all the time. And it was so hard to just step back and be like, okay, that's like, he's just going through a weird phase. That's not the person who he is. It just kept progressing. And no matter how much I tried to improve myself and just give him what he was asking for, I felt like it just wasn't enough. I still don't understand.
One thing that's kind of giving me a headache right now is how many jump cuts. How many jump cuts do they need on TikTok? This is like 20 or 30. I've literally not done one yet.
What he was asking for, because these types of women that red pill podcast men talk shit about, like, I don't have a lot in common with. Like, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't dress really showy, I'm not a gold digger. Like, all I wanted was to just be loved by somebody.
I almost think every gold digger doesn't say that they're not a gold digger. I think even mentioning gold digger is probably bad. You should just try to focus on saying, I want to be a great mother. And if he likes kids, you start getting into the conversation of that. But no, that's I guess that's out of bounds nowadays.
I felt like I was being torn apart. Like, I did this, but it wasn't enough. I don't know what to do. It just wasn't going to work for them because I was too American and I didn't understand. And
that's true. And unfortunately, the whole world is kind of too American, if that makes any sense, where any kind of English-speaking it goes through YouTube, it goes through Facebook, it goes through Instagram, goes through TikTok. People like to say TikTok's from China and stuff, but a lot of it's in Silicon Valley. A lot of it's in America now. It is controlled by the sort of American media.
The women overseas are better, and it just really broke my heart. It broke my heart so bad. And it got to the point where my family witnessed it firsthand, like what they were doing, and that's when it ended. And I can't find closure because I'm like, what happened to that person?
They just woke up. They saw some of the lies for what it was, and then unfortunately for this person, they kept on digging. They went a little bit down that rabbit hole, and quite frankly, you go down a couple of the rabbit holes and it's really game over. You're like, holy crap. It is a lot more evil and sadistic than even imaginable.
I feel like I don't know who this person is. What happened to the person I felt safe with? Because who they became, sometimes I did not feel safe.
Beta!
What happened to him? What happened to that little puppy dog that would enjoy some of the garbage conversations we used to have and not ask real sort of introspective questions about, like, what do you bring to the table? What are you looking for in your mate? Nope, let's go talk about the Kardashians or, some Marvel movie. Who knows?
And it just hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. And I can't wrap my head around it. I can't believe it. I feel like red pill men stole my future husband from me because I really, really thought this was the person. And even
so when you think about it, if you want to be that person for them,
Beta!
you got to be the Beta Bucks Deluxe. Max it out, time squared to the power of 5.
after talking about this, I'm like physically shaking because it was just so bad. Like at this point in my life, I don't want anybody. I don't want to be with anybody. If they're going to do that to me, if they could just treat me that way.
Whatever that means. Treat her what way? Ask like kind of semi-serious questions. I mean, you don't even have to do like open hand slapping and all kinds of crazy stuff anymore. You can just actually ask like genuine human being questions. Sort of, well, what do you bring to the table? What am I bringing to the table? Is that even what you want? What do you want? No, that's too deep. We got to have fun. We got to travel. We got to go to some fancy restaurant. But anyway, gents, we're going to leave it right there. As always, thoughts, comments, but low. And hit that like on the way out. It takes 1.5 seconds. And who's not hit that subscribe button? Seriously. It's free. Press that freaking button. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.